DeAndre Carter, who?
Kick the red, double move on the red.
Yo everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. So the Eagles fall to the Cleveland Browns 5-0. I swear, 5-0. You would think it would be a baseball game or a hockey score or something like that, but it wasn't. It's a football game. 5-0, the Eagles fall, and I know that there are going to be two main questions that I'm going to get asked that you want to know. So let's start with that right from the beginning. First thing, should we be concerned about this team after 3 preseason games? My answer to you is no. Don't worry about the score. Don't worry about it. It was a sloppy performance. I personally wish I would have seen more out of this team, out of Foles and stuff. But don't be worried about it. It's preseason. There hasn't been game planning. A lot of the players didn't play tonight. For instance, Nelson Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey, Matt Collins, Jason Peters, Jay Ajayi, Corey Clement, Darren Sproles. I mean, when you have that many guys out not playing, what do you really expect? So don't be worried about the preseason score that we didn't win. Now, the other question is Nick Foles. What is this Nick Foles? Where's the Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles? Where's the NFC Championship game Nick Foles? Nick Foles didn't have a great game. I'm not going to lie to you. He didn't have a great game. I thought he was slow on some of his reads. There were guys that were open that had to stop and literally wait for him to get the ball out. I thought he was slow at doing that. He was clumsy. He fell over his foot right in the end zone, and it became a safety. And he got a lot of pressure. The offensive line was horrible tonight, especially Big V. Garrett ate Big V alive. They weren't good, and Foles never really got comfortable again. I thought Foles looked to me like he hadn't played much during preseason. I thought his timing was a little bit off. I thought he read the plays a little too slow, a little slow getting rid of the ball. But I don't worry about it because it's Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a Super Bowl MVP. I know that when the Eagles game plan and that when Foles comes out, I know they'll get it right and they're going to be fine. So don't worry about the score and all those kind of things. I know it's frustrating. I know it seems like you should worry. But trust me, I've seen this so many times in the NFL where teams don't play good or they go 0-4 in preseason, and then all of a sudden, week 1 comes, they're a different team. It's just the way it is. So don't worry, everybody. Please relax. It's going to be okay. So I promise you guys who are worried about this game, about us losing in preseason, I promise you it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Trust King Dingbat. It's going to be okay. Take a deep breath. Relax. It's all going to be fine. I promise you, after week 1, you're going to be saying, yo, King Dingbat, you were right. Everything's good. We're good. It's preseason. Don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about some of the things I found to be good in this game, some of the things I didn't like. Of course, I need to go back and study it more because you miss some stuff when you do a live stream. And speaking of live stream, thank you to everybody who joined me tonight. I had a blast. Thank you for coming by. It means a lot to me to have you guys here. I feel like I'm watching it with you in the room, and you guys are the best. Thank you so much. But, you know, when I look at this game, my main number 1 star, the number 1 star for me tonight for the Eagles was DeAndre Carter. This kid has come out of nowhere. Now, I don't know much about him. I went and looked a few things up real quick, and what I heard is I believe he was a 2015 undrafted free agent. He's been with 5 teams. He's never played in a real game. But here's the interesting thing. Apparently, I think he came out of like Sacramento State, and the thing is, I guess he had a brother that passed away, or on his deathbed, he made a promise to his brother to keep pursuing his dream, of trying to make, you know, the NFL, trying to make it. And to me, that's a very, very unbelievable, very cool story. And I think, you know, this is a kid I'm definitely rooting for, and I think that he is definitely going to make this roster. I mean, he needs one more good game next week, but I think if he goes out next week and has a good game, I don't think the Eagles cannot put him on the roster. They got to put him on the roster. They got to protect him somehow. But this kid is showing me a lot, not just at receiving, but on special teams too. He had a nice return. DeAndre Carter is my #1 star by far. He was really, really, really good tonight. I thought Josh Adams was good tonight. I thought Josh Adams in the limited carries, and it blows my mind. If I get frustrated about anything, it's the lack of seeing Josh Adams and seeing so much Wendell Smallwood and Matt Jones. I don't need to see them anymore. Now, Smallwood had a better game in reality than he has had all preseason. He made a couple nice runs, nice outside runs. He can catch a little bit better. He does have some speed, but he just is so weak running inside. He always seems to lose yards. It's like every 5 carries, 3 of those carries, he loses yards. It just always seems like that. But, you know, I didn't need to see Smallwood. Matt Jones, to me, he had a fumble. I don't like Matt Jones. I don't think he should make this team. But Josh Adams comes in. He runs hard, man. He pushes a line. He reminds me of LeGarrette Blount in some ways, except for he's, you know, a little leaner, and I think he's a little faster. But I really want Josh Adams. I wanted to see more of him. I thought he did a great job. So I was really happy with him. I was also happy with the defensive unit for the most part. I thought that early on they had some missed tackles. Jalen Mills misses a tackle on Landry, I think the first play of the game. Then there was a run to his side. He missed a tackle. The next play, Chubb gets the ball, I think, and Derek Barnett misses a tackle. Nigel Bradham misses a tackle. Darby takes a bad angle. Jalen Mills took a bad angle in a previous play. And, you know, they missed a lot of tackles, but then they tighten up. They have the goal line stand. And I thought the defense was pretty good overall. I thought the defensive line, they really beat the crap out of Tyrod Taylor and Mayfield. And I thought the secondary played good. I think Sidney Jones played pretty good tonight. I thought Ronald Darby, of course, I think he played good tonight too. I think that they did a pretty good job out there. Bosby, I need to go back and watch more Bosby, but I thought Sidney Jones played good. Avonte Maddox had a nice interception, and overall with the defense, I was pretty happy for the most part, except for the missed tackles. So those are the good things. Some of the bad things was that offensive line. That offensive line, in my opinion, was horrible the whole entire game. Big V was getting killed by Garrett. He was getting killed by Garrett whole game. I mean, Garrett at one point, he threw him off with one hand. And Foles never had a chance really to get comfortable. He really couldn't step up. That offensive line took a beating. You know, so I wasn't happy with that. Even Matt Pryor, I mean, he was getting pushed around a lot. So the offensive line as a whole, I think they allowed 7 sacks. They were not good, and they were the thing that I was most disappointed with in this game, that offensive line, for sure. Once again, Matt Jones is just not impressed with that at all. And, you know, I'll have to go back and look more. But these are my main thoughts coming out of this game, what I thought from my initial reaction. You know, but we'll see. It's only preseason. We're going to see what happens. But we need to see more Carter. We need to see more Josh Adams. And it would be nice. I don't know if Foles will play next week, but I probably would play him a little bit because I think Foles needs reps. I think he needs reps. I think he needs to get his timing down. I think he needs to be out there. I think I would have probably played Nick Foles into the third quarter personally, because I think he needs to get his rhythm. That's what I kind of felt like. But anyways, that's kind of what I saw tonight. I'll go back and look and then probably give you a more detailed response in another video this weekend. With that said, I hope everybody has a great night. Take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.